In another life, under another sky, in a land of eternal twilight, I was Prince Kiri Amaranth. I never did like that title. My older brother took it much better. Under the authority of the Seelie Court of the Fae, I was raised to be a callous, apathetic creature, to find joy in my station and to find worth in superiority. I hated it. So I left and found myself among the Unseelie Fae, in the lands guided by the Queen of Air and Darkness. It took me almost 100 years, but I finally found a home. Then the war came. I served my new people as a healer, as much as I could, anyway. But it wasn't enough. We lost. The Queen was sealed away, her armies banished, and that's how I found myself in Samaria. And for 15 years, all I wanted was to go home. Somehow, I got my wish. And I returned to a Feywild with no place left for me. I really did think that was it, but somehow, my friends from Samaria followed me across the Vale, and my dear, beloved Vesper somehow gave me the power to wake my queen. She's alive. And the strangest thing of all is that I don't think I want to go home anymore. During my absence, something killed an Archfey, and for all their wars, that is something the courts would themselves never dare to do. But the Whispered One and his mad Lich King are a problem too big to ignore, and so I won't. And I will pursue this calling to the ends of the earth if I have to. For myself, for all people, and for my queen.
I always wanted to be special, to prove I was more than just a simple halfling from a backwoods farming community. My life has been a laundry list of struggles, disappointments, and shortcomings. And worse yet is that my mother doesn't let me forget that she's keeping track of them all. My name's Devereaux Thistlebrook. My dad left me and my family behind in Featherton when I was really little. I never really understood why, but I always looked up to him. I dreamed of traveling the world like he does. So I left home nearly 2 years ago on a whim, hoping to get a whiff of adventure and experience new, exotic places, see mysterious sights, and feel like a true explorer, someone of legend. My travels so far have led me into ancient ruins, derelict fortresses, fey-touched swamps, and even ancient dragons' nests. I even ran into my dear old dad, Clark, along the way. Turns out I may be a bit more than ordinary after all. You see, my dad is a deva, a celestial being. More than that, he was kicked out of his celestial home by a god. A god, with a capital G. Some of his power and personality must have rubbed off on me, though, because I've discovered I have some magical aptitude. The feathers growing on my back just complicate things a bit. While I don't know exactly what the future holds for me, I do know that I want to learn more about my own heritage, all while doing more research on the Fae, elven legends, and all the other mysteries of the world. Someday, I'll make a real great discovery and be remembered for all of my accomplishments. Until then, I'm going to keep traveling with my friends so that I can finally prove I'm worth more than my mom thinks.
Good day. My name is Finley Marina Moncroy. I'm not sure why you'd care to know the details of my name. I don't think it's important who I was or where I came from, but more who I am and where I am now. So, let's start again. You may call me Finley, Finn if we become close, but we will not. I'm on a mission from the Raven Queen, and I'm not sure how much I'm supposed to tell you, but suffice it to say it's pretty important. Not because of names or stations, but because she saw something in me. I'm not about to question that, because now I finally have something to do that feels useful, and I get to be out on the road. You may question it, you would not be the first, but I do not particularly care. I enjoy a good book, a nice tea, and keeping up with the latest fashion. Do not look at me like that. It's possible to look nice and be useful at the same time. What else? What would make you feel as though you know Finley Moncroy? That I trained my horse Badger from when he was a foal? Perhaps that I started fundraising for war orphans while I was training with the other clerics? My favorite song is Save a Dance for Yanira. Sometimes I like to sit out among the stars and just think of what other worlds might be out there, what other planes might hold. Do you feel like we know each other now? No? How terribly surprising. I have hopes and dreams, same as anyone, but I am afraid I will need to get to know you a little better before I share such things.
Imagine a girl venturing in darkness to find ways to help people. Her love for others stronger than the fear of the unknown. And yet cast out by her family for being far too brave. What we fear isn't darkness itself, it's the monsters that lurk in it. Twist it. Defile it. We scorn and shun those wretches because of this dread, but by proxy, all who even touch the shadow. I ask you to put aside this fear and instead keep a watchful eye on those who seek to harm and rise against them. Especially those that lavish in the light, for there are monstrosities that don't need the gloom to do evil. Do not be afraid. Imagine being struck a mortal blow in battle, only to be given more time to be healed. Imagine a victim, the sole witness of a murder, pulled back from the veil to elucidate who must be brought to justice. Imagine a parent, a traveler killed on their way home, but granted the last gift to say goodbye to a mourning family before passing on. Imagine the girl who did nothing wrong, a girl who loves her son. Imagine the son, a son cursed, unafraid of the wilds, an echo of an infernal pact, an echo of light in the dark.
Welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing today?
Ooh, man.
How was that intro?
You killed it.
Y'all have some good intros. Holy crap.
So do you.
No, you.
Okay, I'll include myself in that too. I worked hard on that.
They're all wonderful. We are dropping some frames.
Yeah, every few seconds I'm noticing frame drops.
That's weird.
Anyone mining Bitcoin?
Let me just check on some things while we do that. Would someone like to give the recap of what happened last time?
See, Nose Goes isn't gonna work because I wasn't here.
Yeah, I was gonna offer. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to Death's Keepers, episode 33. Last time we figured out what to do with the cultists on the mountain. There was a little bit of arguing happening. I wouldn't say arguing, but just discussion going on about what to do. We couldn't just leave them there. That would risk them escaping, or frankly dying, or someone coming by to help them out. Anyway, we eventually decided to make a signal flare and alert the town authorities in Honleith. Send a retrieval party up while we made our way back down. We learned from our gentleman friend the hole that Devereaux fell down in a few sessions earlier was actually a trap laid by, I wouldn't say a trap, but just it led to something really, really scary. An aboleth, an ancient being that fed on intellect and stories. Very powerful stuff. something not to be messed with. Upon returning to Honleith, we met with a who did we meet with? Oh, it's someone. One of the temple officials who offered the temple for us to stay in, since the Pink Pig's Plum burned down, having no place to stay. Opened up their doors to us, fed us a really wonderful meal. Finley seemed a little bit down, a little bit shaken, and a private moment to herself to speak to the Raven Queen in prayer. Echo was there afterwards, and the two shared a bit of a bridge, a conversation to get to understand each other a little bit better. Kiri also found themselves in prayer and received a little bit more return than usual. The sword on their back. Growing in both senses of the word, along with to signify the growth that Kiri has experienced these past several days. And I believe that's where we left off. We had to end early, technical issues, and didn't want to proceed forward without our lovely player, Ren.
Thank you, Kappa. My house is experiencing some internet issues today. I think we're gonna have to cycle the modem, which means we will have to be right back. Stay tuned. The stream might disconnect, but we'll see. All right. 1 second, sorry.
Oh, baby, I love